I'm not using my headphones today, so I'll just turning your volume up on my laptop.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm just waiting before we start. I've invited Kian to join us too, because he's going to be doing the IELTS test in end of next month. So I invited him to join in our speaking. So we'll just wait and see if he comes. Just before we start, though, did you read the comments I made about your writing?
Yes, I read it.
Yeah, and do they make sense?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So obviously your second answer was very, very long.
Yes,
Excellent.
I know. I know.
300 words, too long. So how long did that take you to write, by the way?
It is a long time. I think it's
Yeah,
like 40 minutes.
right.
I think
Yeah, too
so.
long.
Yes.
Yeah, too long. Yeah. Remember, you only have 20 minutes to
Yes.
do this. So just pick out the main details is all you have to do. But your writing is good, Kagzon.
Thank you.
The structure is good, your vocabulary is good, you don't make many mistakes with grammar, so good. Just, yeah, like I say, just concentrate on the main details and you will be fine. You don't have to write about everything on the graph, just the main things. All right. Actually, we will start. I'm not sure if Kian is coming, but we will start anyway.
Yes.
Um,
Okay.
so before we start, do you have anything to ask me? Do you have any questions? Anything that you would like to practice?
I think no. I want to practice more speaking. Yes, I think
Okay.
so.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's what we're going to do today. So what I will do is, first of all, we'll practice all the parts today, okay? Part one, part two, and part three. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. All right, so the first thing I want to just remind you of is this. Okay, can you see the page about fillers?
Yes.
Good,
Few.
okay. So I just want to remind you of this. To use these, what are called fillers, when you start mostly part three answers. Okay, it gives you the
Uh,
reason you use this is that one, they make you sound more fluent. Okay, because these are the sort of things that a native English speaker would say when they are beginning the answer to a question. Okay, so it makes you sound more fluent. And two, it gives you a moment or two to think about your answer. All right, so can you please read all of them for me, Caxon?
yes. That is an interesting question. Honestly, I have never thought about that before. That is a good point. That is a tricky touch one. That is a good question. Point. I will need a second to think about it.
Okay, so I'll just correct a couple of pronunciations. This word here is thought. Can you say that for me, please?
Thought.
Thought.
Yes.
Thought.
Thought.
Yeah.
Thought.
Thought. Yeah. And this is here is pronounced tough.
Tough.
Tough. Tough.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. As if it was spelt T-U-F.
Yes.
T-U-F.
TUF. Yes.
Yeah. And
Tough.
how is yeah, tough. Exactly. That's how it's
Tough.
pronounced. Tough. Tough. Tough.
Tough.
Okay. Tough one. Means that's a hard question. Something that is tough is hard.
Yes.
Difficult. Okay, that's a tough one. Okay. Do you understand all these phrases?
Yes. I
Good.
understand.
Okay. So it is very useful. You don't need to learn all of these, but it's very useful to know a couple of them. Okay. And like I
Yes.
say, because one, they make you sound more fluent if you can use these, and two, it gives you 1 or 2 seconds to think. All right. So I will ask you a question now. Okay. And please,
Okay.
okay, just to practice. Okay. And please use one of these. Okay. To before you give your answer. All right.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Um, do you think the traffic in Hanoi is getting better or getting worse?
Uh, that is an interesting question. In my opinion, living in Hanoi is very hard to go working in highly time. But now
Okay, that's
it's
fine, Kegzum. We'll do it again. Okay, that's fine. But you used the phrase correctly. Okay, I'll ask you another one. Okay. Let me see. Um, do you think because of climate change that the weather in Hanoi is getting hotter these days?
uh, honestly, I have never thought about that before. But with me, the climate change has effect badly in world environment.
Okay, good. Okay, so you use that again, you use that correctly. Just careful of your pronunciation of this word, okay?
Yes,
Thought, thought,
thought, thought,
thought. So as if it is spelt Thort.
thort. Yes,
Yeah,
thought, thought,
thought. Yes, thought.
thought.
That is better. Correct. Thought. Thort. Okay. Thought about. It is the past tense, of course, of think. Past tense
Yes,
of think. Okay. Thought. Okay. So that's good. Kagzung, you use both of those correctly. So, like I say, if you haven't written these down already, I think it's a good idea to do so and just learn them. It's a good way to start the answer to part three questions, especially. You don't need to use them much with part one questions because part one questions, the answers are short. Okay, so you don't need, but for part three questions where you need to give a longer answer, these, like I say, help you sound more fluent, okay, and give you a chance to think about your answer, just like you did. Honestly, I've never thought about that before. Climate in Hanoi, is it getting hotter? Okay, that sort of
yes,
thing. Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay, good. All right, that's what I wanted to share with you. All right. So what I'm going to do now is give you all the speaking test, all right? So I'm going to start you off with some part one questions. So you will remember with part one questions, the main thing to do is your answers are 2 or 3 sentences long, okay? Don't have to give long answers. Just 2 or 3 sentences is fine. Are you ready, Kaksun?
I am ready.
Okay. Let's pretend that we are meeting for the first time, okay?
Okay.
Hello, my name is Teacher Rick. Nice to meet you. Could you tell me your name, please?
Sorry, teacher. My internet has a bad connection. Can
Yeah,
you
it froze. Okay, we can.
repeat the
Yeah,
question?
we'll start again. Hello, my name is Teacher Rick. Nice to meet you. Can you tell me your name, please?
Nice to meet you. My name is Dũng.
Okay, nice to meet you, Song. Now, um, we're going to do part one of the speaking test. I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Firstly, Kaksung, tell me about where you live.
I am living in Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. It is a big city with a lot of apartments, a lot of cars, and good people.
Good answer, Kaksung. No, that's exactly right. Excellent. Good.
Yes.
What are some of the advantages of living in Hanoi, Kaksung?
Hanoi is a capital of my country, so living in Hanoi has a lot of advantages like good education, um, a lot of hospital, and it's easy to go to other countryside.
Okay, so just be careful of plurals, first of all. A lot of advantages has an S on the end, has a lot of advantages.
As advantages.
Yeah, you said a lot of advantage. Okay, needs to be plural, a lot of advantages. Same with hospital. You said it has a lot of hospital. Has to
Hos-
be hospitals.
yes,
Okay,
hospital.
so please, yeah, remember, put S's on the end of plurals. Living in Hanoi has a lot of advantages. Hanoi has a lot of advantages. Okay.
Advantages.
And the last thing you said was it's easy to go to where, did you say?
Other countryside like I don't know. Is part of Vietnamese part of a country.
You mean
Mm,
it's easy to go to other parts of Vietnam?
to city, and I don't know how to. It is Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes. Ah,
Uh,
so yeah, you just say it's easy to travel to
uh,
other part. It's easy to travel to other parts of the country. Okay, can you say that for me, please?
is easy to go to
Other
other
other parts.
other parts of country.
Good. It's easy to go to other parts of the country. Good.
Country.
That's perfect. Okay, so that's the end of part one. Now I'm going to show you the question for part two.
Okay.
Okay, so here is your part two question, Kakzo. Okay, all
Yes.
right. Now, before we start this, I will just give you some suggestions how to answer it. Remember, as I have said here, you don't have to answer all the bullet points. Remember, these are the bullet points, okay? All
Okay.
right. You don't have to answer them all right? You do have to answer the main question, okay?
Uh,
But don't worry about the bullet points too much. All the examiner is interested in is just how well can you speak for 2 minutes, okay? They don't care so much about the exact bullet points. They just want to hear you speak for 2 minutes. Does that make sense?
yes, it makes sense.
Okay, so the main thing when you see these topics to concentrate on, okay, is just the main question. So the main question here is describe a personal achievement you are proud of.
Yes.
Okay, so don't think, oh, I've got to answer this one, then I have to answer this one, then I have to answer this one. Okay, doesn't not so important. You can if you want, of course, you can. Okay, but
Yeah.
the main thing is just to concentrate on a personal achievement in this case. Okay, so that is the first point. Now, the other point
Don't
is,
understand what
yeah,
is
yeah,
personal.
try to tell a story that is based on a personal experience of yours
Yeah.
because it is much easier. Because then all you are doing is just you are talking from your memory. Okay? You don't have to make anything up. If you are really stuck for an answer, you can make something up, of course. All right. The examiner doesn't care. Like I say, all they want to do is hear you speak. But it's much harder to make something up. Okay. Better if you can think of some personal experience that you can even adapt, okay, to this question or to any question. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I have my timer here. So you have 1 minute to prepare your answer, starting from now, Kaxon. Okay, that's 1 minute, Kaksun. Okay, so you have 2 minutes to give me your talk starting from now.
Yes. A personal achievement that I am really proud that I can get is dance achievement. This is dance tournament has prepare and be active in my school 6 months ago. Uh, this tournament is opened by two clubs. These are dance clubs and media club, and it's for all students in my school. Uh, for this tournament, I I need to practice for 2 months, and I could prepare to dance performance to perform in my school stage. Um, when I when I perform my dance, I really I really nervous, and it's hard for me to to finish my performance. But this is an hard an hard tournament in my school, and I need to play it with all students. So I'm really proud of my achievement.
Okay, not bad. That was 1 minute and 50 seconds. Okay, which is pretty
Yes,
good, Kaksun. Okay, that's about how long you need to talk. It's very, very hard, of course, to talk for exactly 2 minutes. Very hard. Okay, very
it's
hard. Yeah,
a long
and
time that.
very hard to judge the time, of course, when you don't have any watch. But that's pretty good. Okay, so the talk wasn't bad, Kakson. I'm going to get you to repeat it, okay, to help you practice this. So your example is good, okay, about doing the dance. What would, and what I was waiting to hear and you didn't tell me was, what is the dance about something?
Just just my vocabulary is not good, and sometimes I cannot find the best word for my voice. So I
Okay,
don't.
okay, I understand. But just you should be able to use simple words, Kakson. I know you know enough simple words for this. Okay, so don't worry about having to use complicated or adjectives when you are not sure. Okay, just use simple ones. So you mentioned how you were nervous during your dance or after it. That's good. And you talked about having what, 2 months you had to prepare, 2 months to practice for this. Okay, and that's all good. Good. So what you could also do to make it a bit longer. Okay, so all the things you did were good. Some things you can also talk about to make it longer was what did the audience do when you had finished your dance? Did the audience like your dance?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that sort of thing. How did the audience? So that's why I say it's easy to answer these questions based on some personal experience, but just talk about everything to do with the experience. So you mentioned how you felt nervous. Okay. You can also mention how you felt after you finished. Did you feel happy? Did you feel relieved? Okay, that it was over. Okay. Did you feel disappointed maybe because you thought maybe I could have done better? Okay.
Yes.
Then what did the audience say? What was it like? Where did you do the dance? Was it at school? Was it in some hall somewhere? Was it too hot? Was it too cold? See, all these things, all these things. So this is what you need to think about during your 1 minute. Okay, how many different things can I talk about for this? And usually there are a lot. There are a lot. So of course you just want to pick the main things. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so we will do the whole part two again. So I'll give you 1 minute to think about this. Same question, and you can give the same answer, but just getting you to practice it a bit more. Okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so you have 1 minute from now. Okay, Kian, sorry, Kaksung, that's the end of 1 minute. All right,
Uh,
you have, sorry, sorry, Kaksung.
yes, it's okay,
Yep,
I think.
okay, good. All right, so you have 2 minutes to talk starting from now.
Yes, a personal prize that I am proud of is my dancing achievement. Um, this is 6 months ago. My school has prepared a dance tournament. It is big tournament has been organized every year at my school by two big club, that is dance club and media club. Um, this hard tournament because I need to face with a lot of opponent and they are all students in my school, and so I need to prepare very good for my performance. I have practiced for 2 months, and I can prepare to 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 dance performance. And when I go to school to join in this tournament, I was very nervous, and so my performance is not good like what I thought. Um, after the after my performance, I feel uh, I feel a little bad, but I'm very proud because I have um, because I have practiced a lot and I can do my best to get this achievement.
Okay, that is 2 minutes exactly. Excellent.
Yes.
2 minutes. Woo. Exactly. Okay, so Kaksung, that was much better. Okay, much better. Did that feel better for you?
Yes.
Good. So that is the sort of thing you need to do, just like that. Okay? Just talk about the experience as you remember it and how you felt. Okay? And maybe how other people felt, if that is relevant. Okay? But
My
that's great,
friends.
Kason. That's good. So one good thing is that you are not speaking too fast, which is good. Okay, that's good. And don't worry. I know you are pausing sometimes because you are trying to think of the word. That is fine. Okay, that is fine. As I think you've heard me say many times, this test is about communication, okay, as well as English. And of course, when you are communicating with someone, often you will stop to think, okay? That is natural. That is natural part of communication in English, and I'm sure it's the same in Vietnamese as well. Okay, so having to stop and think for a couple of seconds is not a problem. All right. So if this happens to you during the test, don't panic. Okay. Don't feel bad. Just think, yeah, this is just, I'm just thinking of the word. Okay. And you can actually say that during your talk. Okay. When I
Yes.
finished my dance, I felt, oh, what is the word? I felt, um, I felt I could have done better. Okay.
Uh, yes, it's okay.
Yeah, it is exactly okay to say that, to say, oh, I can't think of the word, because that is a normal part of communication. And that's what they
Uh,
are testing. Okay.
yes.
So it is absolutely fine to do that. So just as I say, if suddenly you can't think of a word, don't panic. Okay. Just say,
Uh,
hmm, I can't think of the word at the moment. But anyway, I finished the dance and I was very happy that I finished. Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay, good. As long as you then just keep going, it is absolutely fine. That is very natural, and that is what they
Yes.
want to hear. Okay, that's good, Kaksung. So that was much better. So I hope you feel better about that. Okay, time for some part three questions. So
Yes.
remember with part three questions, longer answers, okay, than part one. All
Yes.
right, because this remember part one, they ask you questions about yourself and where you live. Part three, they are going to ask you your opinion about things. What do you think about things? Okay, so you need to give longer opinions. So this is where you use those sentences that I showed you before, where you say,
Yes.
that's an
I know.
interesting question. I've never thought about that before. That's a good question. Okay, that sort of thing. Okay. But obviously, you don't want to use them for every answer you give. Otherwise,
Yes.
otherwise you start to sound like a robot. But that is just like I say, to give you some idea how to answer some of the time. Now, it's also worth remembering this structure, which, by the way, is very similar to the
Yes.
structure of writing task two. Remember writing task two, I've talked about the main body paragraphs. First of all, you have a topic sentence, then you give two explanation sentences, then you
Yes.
an example. Okay, it's the same with this, exactly the same sort of structure. Okay, so first of all, you answer the question, right? Then you give some reasons for your answer. And then, if it is appropriate, it might not always be appropriate, try to think of an example of something that is related to the question. Does that make sense?
Yes. It's more good to give an example.
Yes,
It's
it's good
better.
to give
It's
an
better.
example. It's good because if you can think of an example, it helps make your answer longer, okay, and more interesting. So it's always good to give examples, just the same as in writing task two. Always good to give examples. Same for this. So it's the same structure. So like I say, you give your answer, you explain your answer for a few sentences, then give an example if you can think of one. Okay. All right. Now part three, Kaksung. So we've been talking about achievements. Okay. What was a good achievement for you? I'd like to discuss with you some more questions related to this topic. First, let's think about the role of achievements in the world of education. Do you think that in Vietnam, in your country, academic success is more valuable than other sorts of achievements? For example, an achievement in sport.
It is a hard question, but in my opinion, um, I don't think that education achievement is hard to get than other achievement because in my country, everyone is everyone needs to study all information in school and with people education achievement is very important for every people before getting in a, getting in university um, for example in Vietnam everyone will need to do 3 tests and need some achievement like IELTS or Vietnamese achievement to be easy to get in better university.
Okay. In your opinion, is it recognition and prizes that motivate students to succeed, or is it like a personal sense of achievement? Which one is more important?
Can you repeat it? I don't understand.
Okay, I will paraphrase. So, in your opinion, what helps make students in Vietnam feel better? Is it when they get a prize for doing well in a test? Or do they feel better just because in themselves they know they have achieved some goal? So is it, in other words, is it,
Yes, I understand it.
you
I
understand?
understand it. Yes.
Okay, good.
Um, in my opinion, in Vietnam, it is very important for you to get best score in class. But we, but nowadays, with us, with some people, with some students, it is better if you try your best and you get the real achievement in a test, and I think it's better than cheating or doing something to get the best score in the test.
Okay. Can you think of
Yes.
any example, by the way,
Uh,
or not?
yes. For example, if you cheating in a math test and you get the highest score, is not happy. Then it's not happier than you try your best and you get the worst score in this same test.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. So like I was saying, you don't have to give an example every time, okay? But it's useful
Yes.
if you can think of one. Like I say, it helps make your answer longer, which is good. All right, one more question about this. What do you think makes some students more successful than other students?
Can you repeat? I'm like, yes.
Sure. What do you think makes some students more successful than other students?
Uh, I think mm, the things that make a student successful are more successful than others is their score in class. If you get better score in a test than other student, you will you may you may be more successful than them. For example, in some uh, in some important tests in Vietnam, uh, if you get the better score, you can come in. You can join. I don't. You can join better school. Yes.
Okay, good. Good. Just be careful that you understand the question correctly. Like you were doing before, if you are not sure you understand the question, ask the examiner to repeat it, okay? Or even to paraphrase it. So that question was more about why are some students better than others? Okay, so it's not about because they get a better score. That's not quite
Yes,
the
yes,
answer.
yes.
Yeah.
I think some student more success than other is because they are confident and they don't nervous about their score at school, and sometimes they are really confident and comfortable with their achievement, so they can be more happiness and more successful than other students.
Okay, good. That's
Yes, I
better
don't
answer.
think I need an example.
Yeah.
Uh, for example, if mm, sometimes the good score is not enough for you to be successful in real life, so the score at school is not important enough to see that you if you are not successful or not. Yes,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. That's fine. So that they are good length answers, Caxon. Okay. They're good length answers. Just be careful you don't say yes every time you have finished.
I-
Okay. I noticed that is a habit. Okay. So please try to forget that habit. Okay. All right, good. Okay. So we'll do all of this one more time. Okay.
okay.
Okay, I will start from the beginning. We'll do parts 1, 2, and 3 again. All right. Different questions. All right. Before we start,
Mm,
do you have any questions
yes.
for me?
Uh, I think I don't have any question.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We'll start at the beginning again. Hello, my name is Teacher Rick. Nice to meet you. Can you tell me your name, please?
Nice to meet you. My name is Dũng.
Okay, Zum. We're going to start the IELTS speaking test now. First of all, I'm just going to ask you some questions, some short questions. We're going to talk about animals. Do you have a favorite animal?
Yes, of course. My favorite animal is a dog, and it's really available in Vietnam, and everyone be friendly with this species.
Why do you think some people enjoy having pets?
I think the best is like friends, and having a pet in the house in house is more funny, and you can have like a friend to talk and to play with.
Are there any animals you are scared of?
Uh, yes, of course. I scared of some species like snake. Is dangerous animals, and sometimes it can affect to people health.
Are zoos popular in Vietnam?
Yes, zoos is popular in Vietnam. There's a lot of zoo that you can easily find in big city like Thủ Lệ zoos, or yes, I think so. That's a lot of, and I cannot name the all of the zoo.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So again, just remember just 2 or 3 sentences, Caxon is fine.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, that's the end of part 1. So our part 2 question this time is this one. All right, can you see the
Uh,
question?
yes, I can see the question.
Okay, so again, same thing. All right, try to tell a story based on some personal experience you have had with money, talking about money. Okay, so,
Yes.
all right, so you have 1 minute starting from now.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of your 1 minute. So you have 2 minutes to talk to me, starting from now, Kakzon.
Yes. An interesting discussion that I have about how I spend my money is one I have with my friends 2 weeks ago. In this discussion, we talk about how much money that we need to spend to rent a new house because we are we going to we are going to rent an apartment in Hanoi to prepare for our stay in university. Um, the, uh, this discussion happened because we don't have the same opinion about about how can I say about the price that we need to pay to rent this apartment. So we have discussed a lot to find the best price that we can pay for a month in this apartment. And for the result, we have found a best place and the best price, and this is good for both of us. And I think this an interesting discussion because it's about money, but we are not, but but we weren't be really angry or hard to talk.
Okay, good. That's 2 minutes, Kakzon. All right. So
Yes.
good that you can keep talking for 2 minutes. That's good. But remember, they will stop you when you get to 2 minutes. Okay. All right, that's good. So you started off on topic very well, Caxon. So the way to improve this one, if you like, is remember you can talk more about apartments. Okay, very interesting
Yes.
topic, by the way. So you don't just have to talk about money. All right, that's how you started discussion about money because we want to rent an apartment. Then you can talk about the apartment market in Hanoi. For example, you might be able to say something, yeah, we want to rent an apartment, but the price of apartments, it varies a lot depending on where you want to live. For example, if you want to live close to a university, maybe you pay a little bit more. Maybe you pay, I don't know, 1 million dong a month to live close to the
Yes.
university. But if you live further away, maybe about 15 minutes away, you will only pay 500,000 dong. All right.
Yes.
So you can see already how I've used up about 20 seconds just talking
Yes.
about the apartment. And then you'll say things like, and also it depends, how many rooms do you want in your apartment? If you want a big apartment, then of course you are going to pay more. But
That
if you
is
only want
more money.
one
Yes.
bedroom, then of course you are going to pay less. So again, you can see now I've used 30 seconds just talking about
Yes.
different apartments. That's the way to do it. Okay. So not just talk, you don't need to talk about just the money. You start off talking about the money, but then you can
Yes.
change the subject a bit,
It-
but it's still connected to your topic. Okay. And that is fine. It is fine to do that. All right. And like I was saying before, it's been very easy for you to talk. You can talk about the different apartments in this case. Okay. And what you get for your money. Does that make sense?
yes, it makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, don't feel, you have to stick exactly to that topic. Like I said before, the test is about communication, and they just want to hear you talking for 2 minutes, okay, about something, of course, that is related to the topic. But of course, in this case, apartments are related to the topic because you were talking about money for the apartment. Okay? That's how you do it. That's how you fill up the 2 minutes. And that's good. Okay, so I noticed you stopped and you said, how do I say? That's fine. Okay, that is absolutely fine. That is very natural. Good communication. That's great. Okay, part three. So mm, we were talking before, or you were telling me about money, discussions about money. Um, do you think that to be successful, you need to be rich?
Is a hard question, but in my opinion, I don't think so. Because you don't need to be very rich to be a success people. You just need to earn enough money to to pay for all the fees in your family and to give your wife and your children and your parents have a better life. I think this uh, success people. Just you don't need to be very rich like um, Elon Musk or yes or some famous people. You just need to be rich enough to pay for all fees in your family and to give your family have a better life uh, day by day.
Okay, good. Remember, for this sort of question, you can also use examples maybe about how a poor person, like a farmer,
Yes,
could be very successful, even though they don't have much money. They have like a happy family life. They have maybe a wife and children who love them, and
yes,
that for many people is more important than money. You know, Actually, there's an old saying you might have heard. Would you rather cry? Sorry, would you rather laugh on a bicycle or cry in a BMW?
uh,
See which one? Would you rather be poor and happy or rich or unhappy? I don't know. You don't have to answer that one, but that's the sort of thing to
yes,
think of with this sort of question. Okay. In other words, that there are more things to being happy than just money.
yeah.
I'm sure there are many happy poor people in the world, and there are many unhappy rich people, as I'm sure you know too.
Just
Money is not
they need to
everything.
think a lot of money, like
Yeah,
how to earn more. Yes,
that's right. But that, as you know, I'm sure that doesn't always make you happy.
of course.
If you are very rich but you are lonely, that's not good. Then you are not really successful in your life. Okay, anyway, that's the sort of thing to think about with these sort of questions. Okay. Next question. In Vietnam, do people um, do people place a lot of importance on looking rich, even if they are not?
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat
Sure.
this question?
In Vietnam, is it important in Vietnamese society to look rich and look wealthy, even if you are not?
Uh, yes, it's very popular in my country. Like in social media, a lot of people called TikToker are very yes, uh, like they are normal people and don't have a lot of money, but they uh, always cosplay and yeah wear luxury clothes to be seen more yes more wealthy and more rich. Um, and I think that is not just is not good in this yeah yeah in this life. For example, if you are a real rich pupil, you just need to look like a normal pupil, but everyone respect you and uh, like love you because you are a honest pupil, a good pupil with a lot of money, but they don't like to communicate with a not real rich people uh, person, but they also talk about money and yes, it's I think it's not good.
Okay. Okay. So just be careful. That's good. Again, good length, Kexel. Okay. And it's good that you are thinking as you are talking. I can see that. That's great. Just be careful you don't get a little bit lost sometimes so that you forget what the question is about. Sometimes it's very easy to kind of go off topic a little bit with your sentences. So again, something like this, it is another way of putting the question would be, is it important to have a good appearance in Vietnamese society, or doesn't that matter? Yeah, and the reason that interesting question, in many Western societies, New Zealand, where I live, for example, appearance is not so important. There are several rich people who I know who they don't look rich. Okay. And the reason for that is because here, if you try to look rich, people think you are showing off. You are trying to show that you are better than other people. Okay. And
Yes,
people will not like you then. Does that make sense?
yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, you are trying to show that maybe you are up here and that other people should look up to you just because you have money. All right. And people here are very careful about that. They would rather just look like everyone else. And then otherwise they worry people will think that they are, trying to be above other people. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah. Whereas I know in many Asian cultures, of course, it's different, much more important to look rich and successful. So then you hope people will respect you. I know it is a little bit different. So that is the reason for that question. Okay. One more question about this money. Do you think money is the main reason that people do a job?
um, it is a hard question, but with almost people, I think money is a main reason that they do their jobs every day. Because because nowadays money can help them do almost activities in life, like you can use to buy food, to to how can I say, to pay for a lot of fees in family and to make your family has a better life. For an example, if you can earn a lot of money in by jobs, your family will have a better house, or the fees will be more easily to pay. So I think money is the main reason for most people to do their jobs in this day.
Okay, so that's a good answer, Caxo. Good answer. But the other thing to think about with this question, of course, this type of question is money is not the only reason to do a job, of course. Okay,
Yes,
of course, you want to do a job that you like. All right.
this main reason.
Yeah, so money is the main reason, but you could say in your answer, but of course, money is not the only reason to do a job. You know, there will be many jobs maybe that you that maybe have a lot of money, but that you would hate. Okay, so you would hate to do that job, even though it pays well. And also the other thing to think about is you mentioned, you know, you need money, of course, to buy a house, pay for your family. Okay. Pay a car. Do need, of course, money for things. But once you get to a certain level, okay, you have your house and your car and your family, then other things can become more important. Okay. So that is the sort of thing you can mention in your answer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
In questions about money. Yeah. So of course, money is important, and you are right. Maybe the main thing for most people. Okay. But there are other reasons why people do jobs. Yeah. Of course, you think of people who do jobs helping poor people, for example. There's not much money in that, but they do it because you know, it makes them feel good to help other people. That kind of thing. Mhm. Okay. All right, that's the end, Caxon. It's almost lunchtime.
Yes.
Okay, so does that help what we have done?
Yes. I feel less nervous, more
Good,
confident.
good. Okay. So if you like, we can do this one more time at the same time next week. Would you like to do that?
Yes, I'm very happy to
Good.
meet you at
Okay, good.
short.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
So you are doing fine, Caxon. You're doing fine. Now, do you want to send me more writing? Wait,
Yes, I will send you right now. I think so.
that's fine. Do you want to do a task two?
Yes, I did some tasks to writing. I can send you now.
Okay, just send me one is fine, Caxon.
Yes, it's
Don't have to send me
this
a
one.
lot. It takes a long time to mark, but just send me one. But yeah, so like I said before, your task one is fine. Just make sure you make it
Yes, but
short.
I think it's long, and I need to paraphrase. Yes.
Yeah, good. Well, yes, you need to edit it is the word. Edit.
Edit.
Edit. EDIT. Me.
Yes,
Okay.
EDIT.
Yeah, edit it means to make it shorter and better. All right. So you remember with task two, of course, how many words, Kagzum? Can you remember for task two?
It is 250
Correct.
words.
About 250 words. Correct. Okay. All right. And 40 minutes, of course, you have to write.
Yes.
Yeah, 40 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So just send me when you are ready and I will get back to you. And I will see you again next Thursday. Okay.
Yes.
At
And
11 a.m.
yes,
Okay. Oh, and I'll see you on Sunday, I hope.
yes, on Sunday.
On Sunday. Okay, Kegson, nice to see you. You're doing great. Okay.
Thank you.
You're doing great. You're improving all the time. It's good.
Yes. Goodbye. Nice to see you.
All right. Nice to see you, Kegson. Have a good week. I'll see you soon.
Yes. Goodbye, teacher. See you
Okay.
at Sunday.
Okay.
On
Cap
Sunday.
Lai Sao. Cap Lai Sao.